Hi there and welcome back to my channel. This is Sean, the Honest Book Reviewer. Well, it's that time of year again. This is all about covers, my favourite covers for the first 3 months of 2024. So from January, February to March, the books I read during those 3 months, I mention my favourite covers from those books. And then every 3 months I'll do the same. Then at the end of the year I'll have a best of and I'll pick my favourite cover for the whole year. But only for books read during that year. Not for books read in my history of reading, have to be based on books read during this year only. Let's start now. So first off, it's 2 covers by the same author, and that's Robopocalypse and Robogenesis, written by Daniel H. Wilson. I like both these covers very much. They're simple, but they feel so sinister. It's because of the eyes. The human robot face, like an android face, and the eyes. And when you look at the eyes on the second book, Robogenesis, that's more sinister. I think it's down to the colour of the eyes, that green colour, and the tones of green there that are used. Just draws you in, it sends chills down my spine, and I just found that so sinister. The covers are very simple, they're very effective, very powerful. It was the covers that drew me to these books in the first place. I remember I was at a book sale, charity book sale, and I was glancing through many books. I mean, at this book sale, there are thousands of books. And the second book, Robogenesis, was there amongst many books on a table. And that cover just drew me straight away. And the first thing I saw was the eyes. Those green eyes just grabbed me. I had to get that book straight away. And I'm glad I did, because the first book was at the library and 2 books I enjoyed very much. So for me, that cover just hooked me. And it happens with many covers, I think, but those eyes especially are the thing that dragged me into these covers in the first place. The Woman in the Library, written by Solani Gentle. This cover has a real vintage movie poster feel to it, and it's the cover again that made me want to read this book. At a local library, I was going through the entrance, and this book was in a display before I got to the main library, like in a foyer area. And I saw that cover and I thought, I have to read that book. That cover is drawing me in because straight away I realized mystery, I realized murder, I realized it's about a woman in a library, obviously, because of the title. But just the way the cover is constructed just caught my eye. I like the colors, it's very simple, it has a vintage feel like I said just before, and that all just got my attention and I had to read the story. So again, another cover that's designed so well to catch the eye and very effective, very powerful, and of course, it attracts readers like me to want to read the book. Our Father's Burden by William F. Gray. I love the layout of this cover so much. It's so effective. It's very emotive, the cover. It's very dark feeling. It feels very grim. When I saw this cover, straight away I realized it's a horror. And that cassette tape. I mean, that cassette tape with the red writing with the person's name and the fact that it's on the ground, dirty, it's not well kept, all those kind of things just have many emotions behind it. And I wanted to read the book because of the cover. So again, another effective cover that caught my attention. And I'm sure it catches other readers out there as well, because you just feel so many things when you look at this cover. You got earth, you got a ground, so you know it's like the woods or the wilderness somewhere. You got trees in the background, but it's that cassette tape again with that red writing, that name. Makes you wonder what it's all about. Very effective, very powerful, great just layout in that cover. So whoever designed the cover, very well done because it's so effective. The Underhanded by Adam Sykes. An example of a very simple cover that's very effective. It caught my eye. It's the reason I read this book. The colours are simple, the layout's quite simple, but the way it's designed is very careful in my view. Everything's placed very carefully, and it tells you so much by looking at the cover. You have Europe on the map, so you know it's set in Europe. You have a big X on the map, and little locations circled in red as well. So you have suspicions about what's going on in the story. The X could be something's going to happen at that point, X marks the spot. And circles could be locations where someone's going, where things happen as well. But the big X, it just has so many thoughts behind that, because usually when you see X, it's like a treasure map or a location where something happens, an event. So for me, all those things tie in to ideas about what this book is about. And the map, the way the map's designed, you have that small section of Europe that's, lit, that's a whitish color. Then the rest of it's in grey and black. It's either damaged by something like the map, or it's in shadow. Either it doesn't matter, or there's something there that we're not meant to see yet. So those kind of things went through my mind when I saw this cover. And again, like I said, another cover that made me want to read this book. Bleeding Heart Yard, written by Ali Griffiths. I like this cover a lot. It feels like a painting, like a work of art. The colour of the flowers are the pink and red, and the green tendrils against the black, and the way it's all intertwining with the title as well. Just feels so well done. It feels like it's a painting. It feels like you should see it on a wall somewhere in a museum or something, in a gallery. That's what I feel like when I saw this cover. The cover itself doesn't want to make me read the book per se. I read the book because of other books in the series, so the cover's not doing that job for it. But I think it's so well done, so well designed, just a brilliant picture in my view. So for me, it's an effective cover just because it feels like an artwork, like a piece of art. Not because it makes me want to read the book, but I find the cover very attractive. The Rockpool Murder, written by Amelia Hall. There's a very angular feel to this cover, a very modern feel. I'm not sure what it is about it that attracts the eye. It's not, very flowing as a cover. There are no nice curved edges. It's not soft. It's very sharp and angular. Maybe that's the reason, because it's so different from other books out there. But it is attractive as a cover. It does work for some reason. Not sure what it is, but it catches the eye. And other books in the series have the same type of cover. So that's interesting because you don't see many books with covers like this. I can't say that the cover made me read this book. I read the book because I read other books in the series. So for me, I don't know if a cover like this would make me want to read the book. I'm not sure. But I do find the cover interesting. It feels like art, like modern art. Kind of feels like a poster as well, like a poster you might see on a wall somewhere from a modern advertisement. You get that sense. So for me, it's a well done cover, effective and impactful because you don't see many other covers like this. I think most books go for more covers about pictures of real life and things like that. But this has taken something and made it into an artwork, an art piece. So for me, that's what makes it effective. The Marlowe Murder Club, written by Robert Thorogood. This cover is very simple, but very effective. It's so well thought out. At once, I think puzzles because of the crossword on the book. I think clues, I think mystery, I think solving something. You get all that from the crossword puzzle on the cover. The house, I think there's a big house involved. I don't know if it's where the mystery is or where somebody lives, but I know there's a house involved somewhere. Maybe domestic or suburban environment, that kind of thing. So a very effective and simple cover. And the colours are very simple as well. But what attracts my eye is the crossword puzzle because I love crosswords, I love puzzles of any sort, whether it's word puzzles or number puzzles, always have for many, many years. And that attracted me to this book because of the crossword. So for me, a cover that attracted me to want to read this book, but mainly because I like crossword puzzles. And I don't know if other people get attracted to this book because of that or because the author has written other books as well. I don't know. But this was the first book by this author that I read, and it's because of the cover. And there you have my favourite covers for books I read in January, February and March. Different types of covers in different genres, but most of them attracted my eye and made me want to read the book. That's interesting. It doesn't always happen. You don't always see a cover and think, I want to read that book. I think most books people want to read because they've read other books by the same author or someone's told them the book's good or in the same genre that they enjoy. You don't always look at a book and say, I'm going to read that because of the cover. It'd be interesting if that was the case. If people just showed you covers and there was no title on the book and no name, would you read the books then? That'd be very interesting, like an experiment. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but I'd find that interesting. I might research that to see if that's happened at all in history. But for me, covers are powerful, covers are interesting. Some covers are very effective when they're very simple. Some covers are so intricate and they're so clever. But covers are there for one reason only. They're there to grab readers' attention and make you want to read the book. And I'm sure that different covers attract different people for different reasons. And these covers are my favorite covers. Maybe not yours, but they're my favorite. On my channel, I review books from all different genres. Check out my channel and subscribe. On the screen now is a link to another video for a book I'm sure you'll enjoy.